Good morning, everybody. Hello. It's story time. Come on, grab your friends. We'll go to imagination's end. Through song and laugh, there's lots of learning, and the fun never ends. It's story time. Thank you so much for joining me for story time this week. I'm so sorry I missed you last week. I was feeling a little under the weather, but luckily today I'm A-okay. So today we're going to be talking about animals at night, right? So you and I are the kind, we're animals. First of all, isn't that crazy that you and I are animals? Lots of things are animals, but we're animals too. Specifically, we're animals called mammals. Mammals. That means that when we give birth, we have babies who are not in eggs. Yep, we're mammals. And the type of mammals we are mammals who sleep at night and we're awake during the day. But there are some animals who are awake at night and sleep during the day. Isn't that kind of crazy to think about? When you and I are in our bed sleeping all night long, when it's nice and dark, there are animals who are out in the wilderness awake. It's crazy. Do you know any kinds of animals who are awake at nighttime and sleep during the daytime? Well, I'm here to show you all kinds of animals that are awake at nighttime. First, we're going to learn what those types of animals are called. The types of animals who sleep during the day and are out and about during the nighttime are called nocturnal. That's a crazy long word. Say it again with me. Nocturnal. Nocturnal. Nocturnal animals are awake at night. That's when they do all of their eating, all of their running around. They move from place to place, and then they sleep during the day. I'm here to help you so that you know a few types of animals around here that are awake during the nighttime and asleep during the daytime. I'm going to pull this a little bit closer because we can't see very well, can we? That's right, we can't see very well when it's nighttime. And today, luckily, I brought my trusty flashlight, which, click, I've turned on. And the flashlight gives off all of this light. Do you see that? So we're going to search at night for these animals with our flashlight. All right, so we put the flashlight down and we can see, what are these? Maybe the tips of trees, the tops of trees here that we can see? Oh, what did our light spy there? Can you see what that is? Let me move you a little bit closer, just in case. Can you see what kind of animal that is? Oh, look, there's another one right in that tree. These two types of these two animals are the same kind of animal. These are called bats. Bats are flying mammals, like you and me, mammals. And they're awake at night. They fly around and they catch all kinds of gross bugs that you and I don't like mosquitoes. Bats are our friends. What else can we find in this picture? We're falling down. Sorry, guys. A little difficulty there, keeping that up. Okay, we're going down here. Oh, do you see that animal there in the tree? In the hole of the tree? What animal is that? Can you tell? That animal, that's an owl. Owls are a kind of bird that are awake at nighttime. They do all of their hunting when it's night. They fly around. And what sound do owls make? Can you hear them at night sometimes? They make the sound hoo, 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 Can you make that sound too? Sometimes at night when you listen, you can hear them making their noise. And if you make the same noise back, they'll start to talk to you. Oh, look at that. I found another animal with my flashlight. Can you tell what kind of animal that is? This animal has a long pink tail, pink feet, and a pink nose. Sometimes they hang upside down on trees. These animals are called possums. Possums are a marsupial. That's a really big word too, I know. Marsupials are animals who carry their babies around in the pouches on their stomach. Do you know any other kind of marsupials? What about a kangaroo? Kangaroos are related to possums. They also carry their babies around in a pouch. Let's keep searching around to see if there are any more animals that we can find. No one over here. What about this? Can you tell what kind of animal that is? They have a masked face like a bandit and a ringed tail. They love to climb trees and they're always awake at night. This is a raccoon. Raccoons live all around here, don't they? What's this down here? I can see that orange. Can you see that orange? What kind of animal does that look like? Can you see? Let's pull you in closer so you can see a little bit better. Ooh, sorry. Ooh, we're losing you. Sorry, guys. Wow, I just messed this whole thing up. Give me a 1 week off and here I am messing everything up again. For some reason, it won't let me. Oh, gee whiz. Oh, gee whiz. I'm sorry. Oh, this is so silly. Well, we're going to have to look at it from a distance. I'm sorry. This kind of animal here are pretty quiet. Sometimes at night we can hear them yelling though. Do you remember this kind of animal from our story time a little bit ago? A couple weeks ago, we did a story time all about them. This animal is a fox. A fox. They're awake at night too. Whoa, what's this? What do I see here? What kind of animal is this? Oh, geez. Oh, I see now. This is one of the bigger animals in the forest. Can you guess what animal that is? What does it look like? That's a bear. They're mostly awake at night too. And I think we have one more animal here. Oh, jeez. This is going to fall again. I'm so sorry this is like this, guys. We have one more animal down here to discover. What animal is that? Can you tell by the stripe on its tail? It's black and white, and it's only awake at night. What kind of animal is that? Oh, man. I bet you could smell it if you were near it because they stink. That's a skunk. P.U. Skunks smell really bad, but they're great for, they eat lots and lots of bugs that we don't like too, just like possums. Possums and skunks pretty much eat the same thing, and they're responsible for eating most of the ticks in this area. You might not know too much about ticks, but I bet you your mom and dad do, because ticks are a type of animal that are kind of like a spider, and they give you lots of really gross illnesses sometimes. So it's good to have animals like the skunk and animals like the possum around so that we don't have so many ticks. They're all friends. Wow, we learned a lot of different animals that are awake at night just by using our flashlight, right? This is a great activity that we can do at home too. All it requires is a little bit of paper, a dark background, some expo markers, and a Ziploc bag. Isn't that cool, guys? All right, now that we've learned a whole bunch of animals that are awake at night, I'll put you back here. I did bring a really nice book for us to read together so we can learn more about animals at night. This book is called Little Owl's Night, and it's by Dirya it's hard to say. Srinivasan. Sorry about that. Dirya Srinivasan. This is about a little owl who's awake all night long and gets to visit lots of different animals while he's awake. Little Owl was having a wonderful night. What kind of animal do you see here? What animal is that? That's a snail. He watched the funny possum family waddle along in a neat row. We saw possums when we just discovered them with our flashlight, right? Only that possum was upside down. This is what they look like right side up. Hedgehog sniffed around the mushroom patch. Hedgehogs are also nighttime animals. Skunk, who we just learned about, was eating berries because he could find no snails. Can you find some snails in this picture that Skunk probably could have eaten? I can see some snails. How many snails do you see? 1, 2, 3. 3 snails. Silly Skunk, he wasn't looking very well, was he? By the river, beavers gnawed at trees. And Turtle hid in her shell as fireflies danced all around. That's one of my favorite parts about nighttime, especially in the summer, is that beautiful fireflies blink on and off in all of the woods and the fields. Little Owl visited his friend Raccoon. As they sat in the clover, fog rolled in and hovered just overhead. Raccoon. We learned about raccoons, didn't we? Moths fluttered toward the moon. Silver dust fell from their wings. Flap, 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 flap. If you know things about moths, you know that moths really like light, even though they're out during nighttime. So if you have a flashlight or a lantern and you leave it out for a while, a whole bunch of moths will come to that light. Little Owl wanted to follow, but it was time for him to head home. On the way, Little Owl flew by a grumbly cave. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Bear was inside, snoring up a storm. Shh. Shh. Wake up, Bear. Don't sleep all night, Little Owl sang. I want to show you the moon. Oh, gee, what does it look like is happening here? The bear had a whole bunch of fish, and it looks like his friend is taking one away. He's going to take it for himself to eat. Do you know the name of this friend? It looks almost like a skunk, but it isn't. This friend is named a badger. Badger. But the bear kept snoring as usual. Little Owl flew home to his tree, gazing at the sky. He wondered if Bear had ever seen the stars. Little Owl sat on his branch. How he loved the night forest. What is this big old thing here? That's the moon. frog croaked softly. Remember we did a story time all about frogs just a couple weeks ago? Can you make the noise that a frog makes? Remember? Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. Cricket chirped smartly. Can you make the noise that a cricket makes? I don't think I can make that noise. It's like, I don't think I can make a noise the cricket can make. It's like, we'll have to look it up at the end because I can't remember the noise that a cricket makes. I'm too silly. Little Owl heard rustling at the foot of his tree. Fox had come to say hello. Foxes are up all night long too. It was late now. The bats were going all the way home. Mama, Little Owl whispered, tell me again how night ends. Can you help me to count the bats in this picture? 1, 2, 3. This one looks very tired, doesn't he? 4, 5, 6. These bats all look different, don't they? It's because these bats are flying through the air, and these bats have gone to bed because it's getting really late. So they go into a cave and they hang by their feet upside down all night long, or actually all day long. The moon and the stars fade to ghosts, Mama said. Spider webs turn on to silver threads. Dewdrops sparkle on leaves and grass like tiny stars come down. Can you see the spider web? Moonflowers close and morning glories open. The night brightens from black to blue. Black to blue. From blue to red. Red to gold. The sun is coming up. The rooster crows. The crows caw, caw, caw. And the day begins, said Mama. But Little Owl did not hear Mama because it was daytime and Little Owl was fast asleep. The end. And just so everybody knows, this is a Viking book published by Penguin Books. All right, guys. Well, I have one more thing planned for us today. And we saw these in this last story that we just read. We saw fireflies, which is one of my favorite things that happens at night during the summertime. Fireflies go out into fields and also in the forests, and they blink their lights on and off, on and off. So it's like the fields and the forests are filled with stars, but those stars are actually bugs, lightning bugs to be exact. And today we're going to try to catch a whole bunch of lightning bugs. Can you count with me how many lightning bugs we have? All of these lightning bugs are out in the field, and you and I are going to go out with this jar and try to put them in the jar so that we can capture them like we're capturing stars. Can you help me count how many fireflies there are? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 fireflies in all. Do you think that we can catch every one of them? Well, we're going to find out. I'm going to tell you a story it was originally written by Philemon Sturgis. But I'm going to tell it to you on a felt board. All right, here we are in the beautiful summer night. Close your eyes and imagine this. Use your imagination like we talk about. Take a deep breath. You're in the middle of a big, beautiful field up on top of one of the beautiful hills here in Naples. And when you look out over the field, you can see hundreds and thousands and millions of lightning bugs bleeping on and off. And so we're going to try to capture them. What do we see in the summer night? Open your eyes. 10 flashing fireflies burning bright. Catch one twinkling, there, like a star. Gotcha. Put them in our jar. Got him. One flashing firefly in our jar. How do we see in the summer night? 9 flashing fireflies, burning bright. Can we count them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We had 10, but we put 1 in the jar. 1 is in the jar, and 9 are left outside of the jar. What do we see in the summer night? 9 flashing fireflies, burning bright. Capture another one. Got him. I got him. Put him in the jar. Whew. Now, there are, how many fireflies are in the jar now? 1, 2 flashing fireflies in our jar. I don't know if we can see that. We'll put it over here. So if there are 2 flashing fireflies in our jar, what do we see in the summer night? How many fireflies are blinking bright? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because 9 and 10 are in the jar. Let's catch another one. Got him. Quick, quick, quick. Put him in the jar. Whew. Just in time. Now there are how many twinkling fireflies in our jar? 1, 2, 3. 3 twinkling fireflies in our jar. What do we see in the summer night? How many fireflies flashing bright? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 flashing fireflies burning bright in the night because we have 1, 2, 3 in our jar. And 7 plus 3, 8, 9, 10. 10 fireflies total. 7 bright fireflies. What a sight. Catch one by the bush. Ooh. Gotcha. Got it. Now there are how many flickering fireflies in our jar? 1, 2, 3, 4. We now have 4 fireflies in our jar. What do we see in the summer night? How many fireflies are left in flight? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 sparkling fireflies blinking bright. Catch one flying high. Who is flying the highest? Catch him, catch him. Got you. Oh, almost got away. I got him. Be gentle. Put him right in the jar. Since we've caught that one, how many are left flying around? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fireflies flying around. And how many are in our jar now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fireflies are in our jar and 5 are flying all around. That means that we have an equal amount of fireflies outside the jar and inside the jar. It's the same number. And then 5 fireflies outside the jar plus 5 fireflies inside the jar is how many fireflies? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 fireflies total. What do we see in the summer night? 5 fiery fireflies flashing bright. Get one over there. Got him. Whoa. Ooh, he's a frisky one. Put him in the jar. Whoa. Oh, gee. Glad. Just in time. Now there are 6 flashing fireflies in our jar. What do we see in the summer night? How many fireflies are still flickering bright outside of our jar? How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. We still have 4 fireflies outside of our jar. But we're gonna catch another one. Gotcha, buddy. All right, go in the jar, little buddy. There, with all of your friends. So, how many fireflies are in our jar? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 flashing fireflies in our jar. And how many are flying around the field still? 1, 2, 3. So we start with 7 in our jar. And how many do we have all together or total? 7, 8, 9, 10. We still have 10 total. What do we see in the starry summer night? 1, 2, 3 twinkling fireflies glowing light. And I've caught another one. Gotcha. Now there are how many fireflies in our jar? Well, we had 7. What comes after 7? Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fireflies in our jar. And who do we see in this dark blue night? How many flashing fireflies in their golden light? 1, 2. That's all that are remaining. I'm going to catch one of the last ones. Ha! Got you, firefly. Hoo-hoo-hoo. Get in the jar with all your buddies. How many flashing fireflies are in our jar now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 flashing fireflies in our jar. And what do we see in this dark, dark night? 1 flashing firefly's lonely light. Well, to make it less lonely, I guess we'll have to catch him. Oh, oh, I missed him. Oh, I missed him again. Oh, finally got that pesky firefly. Put him in the jar with all of the rest. How many flashing fireflies are in our jar now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 flashing fireflies in our firefly catching jar. Let's go to bed by the jar's bright light. Pull up the covers and say good night. Wash them all carefully. Look, they are blinking so slowly in our firefly jar. Open the jar, for that's much more fun. Watch them fly away one by one. Fly out the window and flash goodbye. Fly away, firefly. Let's count back from 10. Can you help me? There are 10 in the jar, and 1 flies away. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now there are no fireflies in our jar. Dash away, flash away. Now there are none. Good job, guys. That's a lot of counting, isn't it? Well, thank you so much for coming to Storytime with me today. I had a lot of fun teaching you all about animals at night, and I hope you had a lot of fun learning too. Join me next week at 11:30 in the children's room, and we will be learning about something new. I think next week is Dr. Seuss's birthday, and he's the rhyme guy. He's a really great author. So we're going to do some really silly stuff next week. I hope to see you then. Until then, have a good one. This weekend is supposed to be so warm. I hope you spend a lot of time outside splashing in mud puddles. Have a good one, everybody. Thanks so much for coming. Happy story time. Bye-bye.